this is really more a note for me. Chris is the guest. I'm just here to judge, so I don't want to accidentally steal the spotlight. I'll be careful not to.
Da 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 da. Welcome to Top 8 with Corran and Batmouse. I'm your host, Corran. With me, as always, is Batmouse.
Hey, howdy, hey.
We've got our subbing in for the Master of Trivial Trivia. We have the Grandmaster of Trivial Trivia, Mr. Greg Zinn.
Why, hello there.
And special guest, the design advocate, the cause of and solution to everything. All the problems in Star Wars CCG. We have Mr. Chris Kelly.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me on. And not puppet Chris Kelly.
Not puppet. No, the real thing. Later. We got the real thing. And we are going to be working together to create a top 8 list of the best Skywalkers by any stretch of the imagination. So the viable characters here are Luke, Leia, Anakin, Shmi, Rey, Padme, and Mara. Did I forget somebody?
Kylo.
And Kylo. And Vader. So by any definition, any Skywalker can make this list as long as it's a card. No limits on the thing. So Chris, how did you approach making your version of the list?
Well, in our kind of chat for this show, Greg was kind enough to basically list out all the eligible characters. What I did was I bolded all of the ones that absolutely had to make the list. I came up with 11. So I disregarded everyone else and then just ranked those 11 and came up with my top 8.
That's really interesting because I thought I had ranked 12, but actually there's only 11 on my list. So I did the same thing. Batmouse, what are you looking at here?
So my computer died this morning, and it obliterated my notes. So now I think I have like 16 characters.
All right, awesome.
That I feel are important to me.
Okay, so yes, we will be since Taco Bill's not here, I'll just run through the rules of the game real fast. First, in a minute, Greg is going to ask us some trivia questions. The winner of trivia gets to choose whether they want to be player A, player B, or player C. We're basically all going to be working together to create a list. Each player is assigned different numbers in the list. Player A is going to get picks 1 and 5. No, 1 and 4. And then also we'll get a defensive shield, which we'll talk about in a moment. Player B gets 2, 6, and 8, and player C no.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them gets 2, 6, and 8. The other one gets 3, 5, and 7. I forget which is which, but regardless, but yeah, that's where we're at. We don't have Taco Bill here to keep us in line. So
you got it.
And then the defensive shield. This round is going to be called is there is another. Since we're ranking Skywalkers here, if Batmouse plays at number whatever, if Batmouse plays Luke from the 2-player game, then whoever has player A can after that pick is locked in. Player A can say there is another, and force Batmouse to pick any other character. Cannot be that persona or that any other character, not that, or any other persona. Is it persona?
Yeah, any other persona.
Any other persona.
If it's played on a Luke, you have to pick someone other than a Luke.
Yeah, exactly. So then he can pick, Jedi Pack Leia instead. Um, and then we have senses and alters. Each player, so each player will get 2 senses and 1 alter. The basically alter cancels senses, senses cancel alters, and senses also will cause a pick to be or essentially like a veto to a particular pick. However, that pick can be used later in the list. So if if say you pick Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba at number 6, and Batmouse thinks that it should be higher, he can sense it, and then you can forget to play it later. Like we had last time. I hope I explained it well enough. If not, just listen. As long as the players understand, that's all that matters. So take it away, Greg, for trivia.
All right. So we're going to have, I believe, 7 trivia questions is the standard number, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
As well as a possible tiebreaker, or maybe we'll just play the tiebreaker regardless, like you did last time. In any case, let's jump right into it. We'll have some easy questions, some hard ones, some exciting ones. Let's start with a kind of a basic question. This question will be about, let's go with Luke. We're going to have a Skywalker themed questions, obviously. Luke themed question. How many matching weapons and starships total do we have for Luke? We're going to count virtual cards and non-virtual cards. Of course, none of these questions involve legacy cards in case that comes up. So I'm not concerned about legacy. And for each question, we'll alternate whether Kendall or Batmouse goes first. Chris Kelly will get the benefit of always going last. All right, so Kendall, how many total matching weapons and starships does Luke have?
And like Luke's Blaster and Luke's Blaster Virtual are 2 different cards, right?
Exactly, they're 2 cards.
10.
And Batmouse?
I have a question. The Skyhopper.
If it is a weapon or a starship, then you'll need to count it. I will not tell you whether the Skyhopper is a starship.
11.
And Chris?
Wow. All right. So since I get the benefit of going last, I'm going to try to name them. His blaster pistol is blaster pistol. Anakin's saber, Anakin saber. Luke's saber. Red 5, R2 and Red 5. I'm only getting 8. So weapons. Oh, hunting rifle. That's 10. Yeah. I'll go with 10.
The answer is 10. And
right.
Chris Kelly, you named them all exactly right. Kendall, did you have the same in mind?
Yes, I had the same in mind.
I'm guessing Batmouse thought the Skyhopper was a starship. Is that what happened there?
No, I think I included the hand because it's a green card.
Maybe you could slap someone with it.
Because we didn't include, because he would be a matching a matching driver for the Skyhopper and a matching pilot for
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. Yeah, we didn't
speeder.
count vehicles for this question. All right, so we've got a point each on our scoreboard for Kendall and for Chris.
I feel smart.
Move on.
I got the first question. Of course, that was the easy one, right?
All right. Well, let's go with another one. This one may be easy. I hope that it is. But I would like you to name a card that has the word Anakin in the lore. Any correct answer will get you a point. But of course, I won't tell you right away because other people have to answer as well. Batmouse, you are first on this one.
Right?
Yeah. Anakin's lightsaber.
And Kendall?
Son of Skywalker.
And Chris?
Luke Skywalker.
All right. I believe you've all got a point. Anakin's lightsaber does say constructed by Anakin Skywalker. Son of Skywalker does say son of Anakin. And Luke Skywalker also says son of Anakin. Actually, it says son of Anakin Skywalker. Great.
So I
You all
didn't know Son of Skywalker had it. I thought Kendall was wrong, to be honest. So
So
Props,
you know
Kendall.
the reason that I know that, first of all, Son of Skywalker, when I got into the game when I was 9 years old, was like the first chase card because Dagobah was out and it was like the hotness, and everyone called it Son of Luke Skywalker because we hadn't actually seen the card, so we assumed, and also like expanded universe stuff was going around and everything, like we assumed that it was the card for Luke Skywalker's son. And then I remember reading the lore and that it mentions that no, this is actually Luke. Also in his lore, he has one of my favorite lines, incapable of the impossible.
All right. Third question. Now let's get a little crazier. We had a couple easier ones. I took the 11 Decipher cards that have the word Skywalker in the title. I lined them up in set release order. By the way, if two cards were in the same set, like in Death Star 2, we have both Anakin Skywalker Interrupt and Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. If two cards were in the same set, I put them alphabetical. So I've got them all in set release order with alphabetical as a tiebreaker. What's my sixth card?
Oh my. If someone gets this, they're cheating. They should have to verbalize it. 6.
1.
Okay, so we had Luke Skywalker and Skywalkers in Premiere.
Kendall, I love when you talk these out, but do be mindful of your opposition answering after you.
Look, I already got 2 points. It's all good. It's all good. That's more points than I've ever gotten. But I have to talk it out.
Go for it.
And Commander Luke Skywalker is in Hoth, and Son of Skywalker is in Dagobah. I'm trying to think, because it wouldn't be like Anakin's lightsaber isn't. I'm sure that I'm forgetting some, so I'm gonna say Son of Skywalker.
Batmouse?
It's either Son of Skywalker or Anakin lightsaber. Anakin lightsaber.
Anakin's lightsaber doesn't have Skywalker in the title.
No, it does
Oh.
not.
Oh, Skywalker in the title. Huh. I forgot the question.
There are 11 cards with Skywalker in the title, and I've lined them up in release order. I'm looking for number 6.
Anakin Skywalker.
Chris?
So does enhanced premiere count? Oh, wait, no, there's no enhanced premiere. So I think it's Daughter of Skywalker. I think Kendall forgot Courage of a Skywalker. So I think it's Daughter of a Skywalker.
Chris is the closest to the correct answer by getting card number 7. I believe I'm going to give him a point for closest. I don't think I specified I needed the exact.
Right.
So Luke Skywalker and Skywalkers came out in Premiere. So those are 1 and 2. Actually, yeah, that's in alphabetical order as well. Commander Luke is 3. Son of Skywalker is 4. So Kendall, you didn't miss any at all. Son of Skywalker was 4. Cloud City has 1. Does anyone just
Courage
for
of
fun?
Skywalker.
There you go.
Courage of Skywalker's
Skywalker's
Tatooine.
5. Oh, so Chris, you got that one. So you must have missed the one in Jabba's palace.
Oh, I did. Yes, I did.
Projection of a Skywalker. Yeah.
Projection of a Skywalker is number 6. That is the correct answer, but Chris got the very next one, Daughter of Skywalker. I'm going to give Chris a point for that.
In my defense and design, we're doing everything we can to cancel that card. So it's out of my head.
Yeah, you're making everything way more interactive.
Man, so there were no Skywalker cards in A New Hope.
No, there were not, but there were 2 in Premiere to make up for.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting. You'd think there would be more
In A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, let's do a quick point recap. Kendall got the first two questions right, but missed the third, so Kendall's at 2 points. Batmouse got the second question. He's got a point, and Chris Kelly is 3 for 3, so 3 points. Question 4. On what date, the closest answer will win, on what date did the momentous occasion of Episode 7 cards Rey and Kylo arrive in Star Wars CCG? On what date?
Oh,
I
or no, it's
believe this will
Batmouse
be
has
for
to go
Batmouse
first. Batmouse has to go first.
Yeah, Batman has to go first. I can't even remember what date sets came out. May 4th, 2018.
Okay, from Batmouse, I've got May 4th, 2018. Okay, Kendall?
Okay, so I wasn't playing at this time. But we were around set like 10 or 11, and I think they're like set 4 in 2019. I'm going to say January 1st, 2017.
Kendall says January 1st, 2017. Chris?
I think I like the May 4th thing because you said momentous, but I feel like Episode 7 came out in 2015, I think. So I'll say May 4th, 2016.
The actual date is June 29th, 2016. So Chris has got it. He's only off by about a month and a half. Well done, Chris. Yeah, so the way to think of this was, well, when did the movie come out? And then the PC, I guess, was really motivated to get Rey and Kylo cards released. So they were done within about half a year after the movie came out. Okay, so that brings Chris to a dominating 4 points.
Dominating.
Oh no, the guest is ahead.
Oh no.
This has never happened before.
All right.
He's gonna break our streak.
Well, let's take another turn here. I'm having some fun with the weird questions. So for this question, we're actually not going to need any knowledge of the card game at all.
That'll help me.
We have 9 eligible Skywalker personas we're talking about today. I'll remind you again who they are. Shmi, Anakin, Luke, Leia, Kylo, Padme, Rey. Did I forget some? I should really look at my list.
Mara.
I'm just going to read down my list in case I forgot them. Here they are. Anakin, Vader, Kylo, Mara, Rey, Luke, Leia, Padme, Shmi. Those are the 9. One of these 9 reportedly auditioned over 3,000 people for the role. Who was it? Kendall.
It's not Shmi. I would say the one that would make the most sense is Rey.
Batmouse.
The one that would make the most sense would be Rey, but I also know that like we have a handmaiden who wound up in the film. Padme.
And Chris?
I think it's got to be Rey or Kylo. But with that, I'll go with Rey.
No one got it. Jake Lloyd defeated over 3,000 opposing auditions to secure the role for Episode 1. All right.
Well, you know, after his amazing performance in Jingle All the Way, who, you know, how could you pick anyone else?
That locked it down.
All right. Question 6. This also concerns all 9 of our personas, but this time the question is back to talking about the card game. Some virtual cards list a concept credit, like how Wackling V says original concept by Eric Hunter. How many cards of our 9 Skywalker personas have a concept credit? The closest answer will win. This is a Batmouse question.
Well, you would think it would be a Batmouse question because it's an innocuous piece of information. 8.
Kendall.
It is less than 8. So I feel like there's so I know Betrayer of the Jedi is Dan's card. I feel like all of the Jedi is somebody's card. Or one of the Rays is. Don't think either of the Kylos is. Luke, Master Luke, Rebel Scout, and obviously Luke Skywalker are not, but I think maybe Rebellion's Hope is. Leia, don't think there is one. Shmi doesn't have one. I'm going to say 3.
And Chris?
I think it's 5 because Kendall forgot Mara randomly has some guy I think who won like New York States, and Leia Organa is Hayes's card. So I will go 5.
There are 6, so Chris Kelly gets it, and I'll review what those 6 are. Vader Betrayer, of course. Vader Emperor's Enforcer. Mara Jade with Lightsaber does have the credit that Chris was referring to. There's also a credit. There is a concept by the Lightside Mara Jade, says the concept developed by the Advocate Council. Also, yes, Rebellion's Hope. And finally, Leia Organa V are both correct as well. So those are your 6. All right.
That's bad that I missed the Mara. I'll own that.
Okay, hold on a second. Something just happened. It just gave me it just spat out a recording. Da 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 da. And we're back. I don't remember where it was going on, so Greg, take it from here.
You got it. We just finished question 6, where we asked how many how many Skywalker cards had credits. Chris Kelly got that. So Chris Kelly is up to 5 points out of 6 questions. Kendall has 2. Batmouse has 1. We've got 1 question left, plus a tiebreaker. This question, let's do things a little differently. We had 3 questions where Kendall went first. We had 3 questions where Batmouse went first. I don't really like the idea that it's not perfectly parallel. So let's do something just a little bit crazy for question 7. Let's just give the point to the first person to shout out the correct answer out of all 3 of you. I was thinking what kinds of rules constrain the selection of 9 characters that we selected as being Skywalkers. And, I said maybe the best way to define it is as follows. Anyone who uses the last name Skywalker, whether because it's legally accurate or because they choose to, like Rey. Someone who married someone who uses the name Skywalker. That includes Padme and Mara. It doesn't include Han because while he did marry Leia, she doesn't use the name Skywalker. And then there's anyone who is a blood descendant from Shmi's bloodline, right? So that includes Kylo, for example. It also covers Vader in case anyone was concerned that he didn't fall into the other categories. If nothing else, he's still a blood descendant. Okay, so considering those rules, and I'll repeat them if you need, there is actually Star Wars CCG card who would be considered a Skywalker that we don't have on our list? Who is it?
3PO?
3PO does not use the last name Skywalker.
But
he's
he's
not
built-
married. He did not marry someone who uses the last name Skywalker.
He was built by a
and
Skywalker.
he is not a blood descendant. Oil doesn't count.
CCG card.
Star Wars CCG card. Again, they meet one of these criteria. Either their last name is Skywalker, or they married someone who uses the last name Skywalker, or they are a blood descendant of someone who is a blood descendant of Shmi, I should say. Do you need a hint?
I think so.
I'll give you guys like another 10 seconds. Kendall can always edit out the 10-second delay of no one saying anything at all. This is going to give it away. So remember, it is the first person to shout it out. It's this specific rule. They married someone who uses the last name Skywalker.
Mara.
Mara's already on.
Mara's already on the list.
Come on, guys.
Oh, Klieg Lars.
Klieg Lars did marry someone using the last name Skywalker and could be considered for our top 8.
He's actually on my list. So.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Well, Chris has dominated this by getting 6 points out of 7 questions. We've also got Kendall with 2 points, Batmouse with 1. If you guys would like, just for fun, we could play the tiebreaker with no stakes. Or we could move right on to the top 8.
Let's do the tiebreaker with no stakes, and I'll add stakes to it at the end.
Oh.
All right. So, tiebreaker round. It has been
hold on,
noted.
real fast. Chris, I'm getting echo on your track. So if you can't, actually, that just fixed it.
My phone was propped up.
Okay.
You could see me, so I'll unprop it. So my
Yeah. That just fixed it. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So do that. I was gonna have you do something more complicated, but that worked.
Okay. Tiebreaker round. It has been noted that sometimes this show will require a tiebreaker for 3 people, and sometimes it will require a tiebreaker for 2 people. So I decided let's implement a tiebreaker question that can break any tie, no matter how many people. So we're going to do a round robin. Name a card that has X in title, and whoever can't come up with one is eliminated, and then the next person who can't come up with one is eliminated, and then finally you have the final winner. So let's do an example. If I said, name a card with the word rebel in title, you might say rebel trooper, and then someone else might say, you rebel scum. We're going to follow Star Wars CCG rules, which means that plural and possessive is okay. For example, those rebels won't escape us. Perfectly fine. But it can't be part of some other bigger word. Insignificant rebellion, no good. All right, so with those rules in mind, and Chris Kelly, I'm going to give you the benefit of choosing if you want to go first, second, or third.
I'm going to omit myself from this, so that way I'm not eligible for the stakes to be awarded later.
How about if you just, I would like you to play. How about if you award the stakes to whoever comes in second after you inevitably win?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Chris, would you like to go first, second, or third?
I'll go first.
All right. And then who would you like to go second? May as well leave it up to you.
I'll go Kendall.
All right.
Chris is the boss.
Chris, we're going to rotate Chris Kendall, Batmouse. Please name a card with Vader in title. Chris.
Vader.
Good choice.
Vader's eye.
Okay.
Darth Vader with lightsaber.
Okay.
Does Vader virtual count or no?
Oh, we're only doing the cipher cards.
Oh, just okay. Darth Vader.
Okay.
He already said. Batmouse just said Darth Vader, or didn't he?
Oh, he said Darth Vader with lightsaber.
Oh, okay. Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith.
Lord Vader.
Okay.
Vader's lightsaber.
Good.
Darth Vader's lightsaber.
Good.
Vader's custom tie.
Good.
You must confront Vader.
Very good.
Vader's anger.
Yes.
Vader's custom shuttle or Vader shuttle.
Can you give me the exact correct card title?
No, Darth Vader shuttle. No. No, I can't.
You got a different one?
Vader's cape.
Okay, you're in it.
Vader's personal shuttle.
Perfect.
Now we're almost out of them.
We are running low.
I think I only have one more.
Because we already said Vader's eye and Vader's cape.
Yes.
There's not a Vader's glove or anything. That's
Yes.
a children's novel. We've said both of his lightsabers. We said his tie and his shuttle. He doesn't have like a walker. We said Vader's anger. I Am Your Father doesn't have Vader in title. Image of the Dark Lord doesn't have Vader in title.
Timer up.
Oh, Vader's Obsession.
Oh,
That's it. Batmouse with the arbitrary timer did not work. Batmouse, I will tell you there are only 2 cards left.
I have one of them.
Oh. Wow, we went through a lot of cards. Yeah, Vader saber, Vader, Darth Vader.
I think I know one of them.
I'm blanking on the last 2.
All right. If you don't have one, then you will be eliminated.
Because I already used Vader's cape.
Yes, you did.
That was the one to hide.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
All right. Let's call it. Chris, you got one?
The last one I have is Report to Lord Vader.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
very
what I
good.
had. That was what I was thinking too.
All right. The last one then that nobody got is Vader's Bounty.
Oh,
Oh,
that should have been an obvious one.
All right. So,
Pretty good though.
Chris, your mystery stakes, I guess, will be awarded to Kendall, and that is the end of the trivia competition. With Chris Kelly again dominating with 6 points, Kendall with 2 points, and Batmouse with 1 point.
Wow.
Destroyed.
All right. So which role do you want to take, Chris? Do you want 5, 4 in the defensive shield, 2, 6, and 8, or 3, 5, and 7?
5, 4 in the defensive shield.
No.
One
It's
and 4?
1. It's 1, 4.
Sorry,
and
1, 4 in
shield.
defensive shield. Yeah.
I'll take 1, 4 in the defensive shield.
Everybody always takes the defensive shield, and I do not disagree with that.
I think they're picking pick 1, if I may say so. I think everyone's going for pick 1.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's very fair.
And then I'm gonna do. So usually I do 6, 8, and 2, but I kind of feel like on this one I went 3, 5, and 7 because I'm feeling more about representation in this list than I am about specific placement, especially if Chris has 1, then I want to put his 1 at number 3. If I can.
I will shield you.
You will be hitting. Will be smitten.
And then Batmouse will put it at number 2.
All right. It sounds like we've got our selections locked in with Chris Kelly being player A with picks 1, 4, and defensive shield. Batmouse being player B, which gives him picks 2, 6, and 8. And Kendall as player C, getting picks 3, 5, 7. So if that's the case, then Batmouse, you'll be choosing card number 8 when you're ready.
Card number 8, I am ready, is Mara Jade with saber, with lightsaber.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, she was on my list too. Not that low, but I'm good with it.
Yeah, she's actually not even on my It's actually not even on my 11, but I do think that's a good 8 pick. What made you pick that?
That will not be a swing and a miss then. Mara Jade, the Emperor's Hand, is a great card. Giving Mara Jade a lightsaber was excellent. Thank you to the random that did that, because none of us knew who it is.
Well, we have the technology to confirm
I think
that.
it was Justin Roth, but I didn't want to get it wrong and disrespect him.
Gotcha. So thank you, Justin Roth. Mar being able to drop in and giving another EPP to the dark side is huge. Her being an alien as well, so Kendall can use her in court, and I can figure out a way to put her in as many other decks as I can. Mara Jade with Saber needs to be on the list.
Can confirm original concept by Justin Roth, New York State's 2005. So yes. So congratulations, Justin Roth, for making one of the most iconic cards in the entire game, just because you won a tournament in 2005.
Thank you, Justin. I'm sure you're listening.
18 years ago. Oh my
really
gosh.
appreciate that. Well, sounds like that is locked in. So let's move to pick 7 from Kendall.
All right. So when I thought that I had 12 listed, this was my number 8, but then I realized that it was actually number 7. I think that we need a Leia on the list, but I don't think that there are many Leias that will, that will be able to compete with some of the best cards in the game as we get higher up the list. So I think the most versatile, best designed Leia is General Leia, the Resistance. Is it General Leia Organa? I guess is her full name. Resistance character, which protects her from some of the rebel shenanigans. She's ability 5. She retrieves force. She's one of that like core of light side characters that go in like almost any deck that either are making the game the best it is or the worst it could be, depending on who you ask. And I really like the design on her.
General Leia for pick 7. Any senses?
Sense. No. Sense.
Batmouse with the sense. Any alter?
So I think this is my wildest pick, so I am going to try to alter it.
All right, Kendall with the alter. Any further actions, further senses, or?
Can Batmouse use his sense to
Yes.
Cancel?
He
I
could.
could,
But then he'll be out of senses.
Then I would be out of senses, and that would be senseless. The reason why I would want to sense is I really like General Leia Organa. I feel like she could be higher up the list, and that
worked really well last time.
Well, that's why I was willing to put the sense and force you to forget. Again, Batmouse is trying to make this list everybody else's fault.
So are you gonna sense my alter?
No.
Okay.
You're good.
So it does
Right.
it does stay. Awesome. Anybody
All
else
right.
have thoughts on I don't think we really had. I think we rushed into that. Did anybody else have thoughts about EPP Mara? I'm on record saying that she's my favorite Mara. So I think it was very nice of Batmouse to put her on the list. It's almost like last month's list like connects with this month's list.
At the end of the show, do we all go through our specific lists?
You'll
We'll go through honorable mentions if stuff
Okay.
doesn't get we don't need to go through our whole lists, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll say for Mara, she was on my list at number 6 just because she is one of the few characters that can and maybe should be in almost every single dark side deck because she's an alien and an Imperial. She fits in so much.
I really like, and I said this in the last episode. I really like when characters are like alien or Imperial or alien and rebel or what, like having the dual characteristics or whatever you call that. I like that it's not used all the time. I feel like it could be used like a little bit more because I'm always excited when it happens, but I'm probably wrong. It probably is the right amount of times. that it gets used, but yeah, it's just an interesting thing. I like that
Agreed.
card a lot.
Agreed.
All right.
And then General Leia. Did
yeah.
anybody
General
have
Leia,
comments
yeah.
on General Leia?
She barely missed my list. She was one of the characters that I thought had to make the list, but she didn't crack the top 8 for me.
General Leia does not make my top 8. Yeah, General Leia didn't make my top 8, and that's why I wanted Dissent, because there's at least one that did make my list.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right.
Okay.
Back to Batmouse, right?
That is correct.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put Rey there.
Whoa, Rey.
Rey at 7.
It's at 6.
Or at
6.
6. Rey at 6.
Oh man.
That's the worst. I feel obligated to sense that
You can
And why
sense
is
it
that?
because Ray is number 1, and I don't think it's close.
Interesting. I mean, Rey is high on my list, but awesome. Chris has used it as sense. Batmouse. You gonna alter that?
No, because again, Batmouse is willing to listen to the others. Ray
Jeez, you make
on the list.
you make one top 8, and then suddenly your personality completely changes.
I made 2, and actually 2 top 4s. Technically 2 top 4s in the same week.
Yeah, one which is the same as 1 top 8. Two top 4s is one top 8 of 2 events.
Well, that's 4 top 16. Rey is probably the best character around. Great versatility. I need her on the list, and I don't have. My next pick is all the way.
Is number 2. Yeah.
So I'll let you sense it, because letting you sense and letting me put a different card there makes the most sense. But I needed to gauge how everyone else
you wanted
is feeling about Rey.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will say that I agree that she needs to be higher on the list. She's definitely not my number 1. That's really interesting that Chris said that has revealed that she's his number 1. Because that was not what I was expecting to be his number 1. And that will, I joked about that. Anyway, it's just some interesting stuff here. I guess Chris not letting his feelings get in the way with the objective, getting in the way of the objective truth. Yeah. So what's your replacement then?
So I'm gonna go ahead and put Commander Luke V there.
Sense. He's like the worst.
How is he the worst?
Draw 2 destiny if unable to otherwise is no good.
It's
no,
spectacular.
bad. It's bad. It's bad for the game.
That is spectacular.
It's ruining Star Wars CCG.
I'm gonna use my alter, because Commander Luke Skywalker V needs to be on the list. He is amazing, and you can't hit me with lightsabers or guns, because I'm defense value 6 when I'm piloting. So anyone want to counter my sense?
I don't think. Do I have another?
You have another sense.
I do have another sense. Oh man.
And Chris has another sense.
Chris has another sense. I don't know. Are you gonna sense this? You're probably not gonna want to use your last one either. This is number 6. Man, this is
your fault.
This has been violent.
It's a bloodbath.
Oh man, if we're here at number 6, I mean, I guess at least it's a Luke. So then that either makes it. But also,
you want to do it. I know you do.
I mean, I want to, but then I'm totally like. Then you'll put Shmi Skywalker at number 2.
I am not putting Shmi Skywalker at number 2.
Put Klieg Lars.
Chris Kelly's gonna put.
Well, no. You know what you'll do? You know what you'll do is there is another card that there are two cards that absolutely I do not want to make this list that are like on the list. There are two that fall below Commander Luke, neither of which is Luke or Vader. In my ranking that somebody might put. So I guess I can't. I gotta save that. Oh man.
Chris Kelly?
No, he Commander Luke did not even make my top 11, but he's not unreasonable for the reasons you stated. I just feel he's too narrow.
The commander. So then he makes the list, right? So
Yeah.
Commander Luke, piloting Rogue One, does a ton of things. 2 battle any. Even if you hit me with a command, it just isn't perfectly fine. I am defense value 6 when I'm piloting. Maybe I grab my new buddy Corran Horn, and now we're defense value 8. And let's see you get through that. Oh look, Choke Vader, you don't get to do anything to me. So
But
much
he can
fun.
be Vader's obsession.
I mean, all that except for bad. Except for that's why it's bad.
No. So excited about all of these.
We're not ranking. We're ranking the best arbitrary criteria,
and he's
not the
for
best quality, not the best like the strongest. But
me.
even
He's
if
the
it's
best
that,
for me.
you're right. He's way more narrow than the other, and that's a Luke. Like we don't want to have a list of
All
I mean,
Lukes.
there are definitely 5 Lukes that are better than him.
Right, but this is pick number 6.
there are 13 Lukes, I think. There are 11 Lukes that are better than him.
I'll let you go back and use your other sense if you wanted to.
No, because there are 11 Lukes that are better than him. There are not 12 Lukes that are better than him. And there's a couple other ones that would be even worse that I don't trust you.
I think you're just upset because Court can't draw a 6 to crack him out of the speeder.
He's just not fun to play with or against. Like
He's tons of fun to play with. I have a ton of fun playing with him.
Mm.
And then go get me my T-47 battle formation and let me add one to all my drains too. Thank you, Luke.
All right. It sounds like Commander Luke V has stuck. So how about a quick recap? At number 8, we have Mara Jade with lightsaber. At number 7, General Leia Organa, stuck after a sense and an altar. At pick number 6, we have Commander Luke V. That's after Rey was sensed. Also, a quick recap on who has what. Chris Kelly has a sense and an altar. Batmouse just has 1 sense, and Kendall just has 1 sense. All right, pick 5.
We're at 5 and we're already.
We have limited
Bloodbath.
resources.
Yeah.
Kendall at pick 5 with limited resources remaining too.
Okay. Oh man. So that's my number 5. You said that was going to be your number 1. I think this worked. Well, shoot, we're running out of picks.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I gotta do this because I only have one more. I only have 3 picks, and this is one of the. This guy has to make the list. Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. He's like, look, Emperor's Enforcer. It goes in more decks. Vader Virtual goes in more decks or whatever, but there is nothing more thematic than choking, or not even like thematic, but like it's like a fantasy fulfillment. You have a Vader that
this went dark.
That can choke.
Wow.
I mean, not that I want to like choke people, but like I don't know, it just feels, it's of all the Vaders, it feels like if you want to be Vader, one of the things that you want to do is choke. Just like if you want to be Darth Maul, you want to be able to use the double-bladed lightsaber. If you want to be the Emperor, you want to be able to use Force Lightning. If you want to be Luke, you want to be able to whine and stand on your head. Like it's he's the embodiment. He has the best image of any Vader. He's got the coolest title in like the whole game. He should be a little bit higher probably, but this has been a nasty fight, and there's only 4 ahead, and like there's a bunch of good cards. But yeah, this is my favorite version of Vader, so this is where Vader goes. If you guys will let me.
I'm not gonna sense it. I specifically have a signed card after an event, and there's a video to go along with that too. And Hayes got me in the top 4 with this. So choking me harder, Daddy. That is what happened to Rey. So yeah, it is absolutely important that Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith makes the list.
Yeah, I think Kendall summed it pretty well. It's obviously the best image. And if you wanted to represent Darth Vader, you go around choking people. I feel like when I'm playing, if someone deploys choke Vader mid-game, I feel like I'm losing a dude because he's tracked something. I had choke Vader on my list, not that high, but he's good at. I should say, yeah, I had him at 8. So he's fine with me on this list.
All right, we've got Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith at 5. I'll also just add he's got the best acronym, maybe of any card in the game. Not just the best title, but the best acronym as well.
All right.
Hitko says what? Number 4, I'll go Jedi Luke.
Interesting.
He obviously should be on the list. He's the most iconic version of the most iconic character of the original trilogy. I think his destiny is perfect. He's a threat when he's on the table, and he's a threat to the Emperor when he's in your reserve deck. So I think Jedi Luke's probably the 4th best of these guys. I actually had him at number 3, but I don't get pick number 3. So Jedi Luke.
All right. Yeah, I had him at 5. So yeah, I figured you'd go for him for number 1.
Same.
But
Same.
Yeah, so I'm happy to see him at 4. That's interesting. He's not the highest ranked Luca I have on my list, but he's definitely an iconic card. And that's interesting. I'd never heard it put that way, that he's a threat to the Empire when he's in your reserve deck. I like that.
Yeah, I always felt like that was such good design because there are 5 movies designed specifically with the dark side trying to deal with Luke. And when he pops up in your reserve deck as a destiny draw, he all of a sudden is bad news for the bad guys. So yeah, I really like that design.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, because and just it sort of plays up to and then it also works the other side with Emperor Palpatine. Right. Emperor Palpatine, even though he's not necessarily at the front lines, his manipulations and his stuff that's going on behind the scenes, there's that,
he's something that you have to deal with, even though you didn't realize at the time you're going to have to deal with him.
Yeah. And it goes along with Luke training on Dagobah. Even when Luke is not there, he's a threat. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'd never heard it put that way.
Yeah, I like that. I like that phrase, threat to the Empire, even when he's not there. I love Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight. Love the Destiny, except when I'm playing against it, and I put Abyss in my deck to not have to deal with the Destiny. He alone, he's immune to attrition less than 6. Alone with a lightsaber, he's immune less than 7. Put Luke's bionic hand on him, less than 9. He is a tank. He is everything that you want out of the premier, out of the most important quotation mark light side character in the game. I love him. I love it there. And I'm not going to do anything against that.
All right. Well, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight at 4. I'll just do a quick recap again. So at 8, Mara with lightsaber. 7, General Leia. 6, 6, Commander Luke V. 5, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. And 4 is Luke Jedi Knight. We now head into the top 3 with each player having one pick left. So again, Kendall and Batmouse each have a sense. Chris Kelly has a sense and an altar. All right.
All right. So things are not looking good for the top of my list. Some of the stuff that in particular that Chris has mentioned suggests that this card, that there's going to be a card that's going to get overlooked. I really wanted to say Rey here, but I think there's a chance of Rey getting picked later, and I don't think that anybody is going to pick the real most iconic version of Luke Skywalker, which is Luke Skywalker V. He was one of the first virtual cards, one of the only cards from that set that has remained almost unchanged or completely unchanged, maybe. He retrieves those Force. He pulls that Dark Lighter spin. He hangs out he does such a good job hanging out on R2 and Red 5, which is the most iconic version of Red 5 in my opinion. He's got that new image that makes it even better, but just, you know, this is Luke Skywalker V is the reason that the game is still alive, because he's one of those first. He's the proof. He was one of the proof of concept cards that the PC could make these small sets that have a small number of impactful cards that go on underutilized cards, because nobody was playing Premier Luke Skywalker and Premier Vader, or not that many people, or I don't know what the actual meta looked like, but I'm gonna pretend like nobody was playing Luke Skywalker before that was Luke Skywalker virtual. You know, it was just all about Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight at that time, or Luke Skywalker with lightsaber, even though that's like the most, you know, he was the chase card that everybody wanted from Premier. I don't know. And yeah, like I said, he's him and the Blaster Rack and Cider Kalfas are the proof that the PC deserves to exist in 2002 or whatever. And I don't think we would have the PC without cards like that.
Chris?
I think all of the things Kendall said are 100% correct as far as why Luke Skywalker V should be an honorable mention. But he doesn't crack my top 8. So I would sense that.
Okay. And I don't have an altar, right?
Well, you can always use a defensive shield. Yeah. I mean,
no, Chris has the defensive shield. I don't have the defensive shield.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wait. So I would have to pass on my sense first, though, right?
Right.
So if I use a defensive shield, he can't pick another Luke?
Correct.
He cannot pick another Luke.
Okay. And who has what sense and altars left? Because I feel like Batmouse can do something funky.
Everybody has a sense, and Chris Kelly also has an altar.
I will defensive shield that.
So is Batmouse? So Batmouse is not sensing it then?
I'm not sensing it because that Luke is my number one pick on my list. For everything that you said, and because
don't reveal this. Don't reveal this, because
no. Because I passed my sense, he passed his sense.
Okay.
Using the defensive shield.
Okay, so the decision's made. Okay, so I have to pick somebody other than
Luke.
Luke. Okay. Well then. Oh man. Because I've got that. Oh man, that's I feel like that's what I should pick. But oh man, I'm so heartbroken that actually I just thought of how the list could go if I do this, and then it would be like the best list we've made so far. So okay. So we're gonna go the other direction then. And so I talked about the first iconic PC card. Let's go all the way back to the beginning to the first most iconic card of all of Star Wars CCG. That again, sort of like Luke Skywalker V does something that that's like a really cool ability, even if it's not mechanically the absolute strongest in the current game. But a card that I floated in one of my decks recently. The original, the one and only, the OG, Darth Vader.
Oh, jeez.
I endorse this decision.
I will use my sense.
Oh!
Yeah, that's a good call by you.
I will use my sense because while I love Darth Vader is just so much better than him. I love the iconic Darth Vader. Don't get me wrong. Math Vader is everything. Except Darth Vader be that much better than him. And I will not allow you to put regular Darth Vader on here when there's better Vaders, sir.
Yeah, the best Vader's not even on the list yet.
And he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
I mean, the best Vader is on the list. It's Darth Vader, Darth Lord of the Sith. Mechanically speaking, like, yeah, but like, I don't know. I think Vader's Enforcer is soulless, and Vader V is, yeah, I don't know. They don't do it for me. But okay.
All the reasons you said for Darth Vader are great, and he's on my honorable mention for that reason. But
yeah, no, I agree. He is an honorable mention though.
And oh man, and yeah, I can't pick Darth Vader V. Okay, so I have to pick a non-Luke, not Darth Vader.
Not Luke.
Shoot. Okay.
You could put Darth Vader V on there because you'd be correct.
I could, but I'm not going to. I don't think he's because if it was set 1 Darth Vader V that added 4 to power, then you know if that card had stuck around this whole time, then I could justify it like I did with Luke Skywalker. But I just don't think. I think Darth Vader V is kind of like Commander Luke, where he's got his role, but he's kind of. So you know what? Okay, I'm gonna choose the card that made Brian Hunter still not come back to the game. I'm gonna choose Anakin Skywalker, Padawan Learner.
That is a great pick. Great pick.
Anakin is not represented on the list yet. It's another one of those kind of core light side cards that just does a lot of good stuff, but is still like, he's not a Jedi. He's still like relatively low impact. I mean, he's really good, but he's still like in that, you know, adds to stuff. And he came out like he was not in Legacy, right? He came out in the first.
Legacy. I think he was.
He was Legacy.
Yeah, he survived.
Okay, well then never mind about that. But he wasn't in Legacy, but you know, he's just a really solid all around card. I think deserves recognition on a list like this, and especially since you guys think that all the cards I like are bad. Or are too good, or I don't.
Objectively bad. They're objectively bad.
Yeah, I'll say I think Anakin is probably the best design virtual card. There is literally only one piece of his text that could even possibly be changed. It captures that character perfectly. I had Anakin at 2, so 3 is fine with me. Close enough. I think it's a great pick, Kendall. Great pick.
Great. Thank you for taking my number 2 pick on the list.
It frees you up to pick something crazy.
Yeah, it means it frees me up to pick a Batmouse card to put.
So I have a sense, and Chris still has a sense, right?
And I have an altar.
I'm not getting anything.
And Chris has an altar. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess Chris could sense you. Too bad I can't sense his sense.
Mm-hmm.
But...
All right. So we've got Anakin Skywalker Padawan Learner at 3, and now it's time for Batmouse to make his 2 pick. Chris Kelly and Kendall each have a sense. Chris Kelly also has an altar.
All right, boys, get those ready. I could really go like multiple ways. For me, this card is kind of a cornerstone of my deck building when I'm playing on the dark side. It's important to note that it's not the best card, but it encapsulates 2 or 3 things that I really like. So I'm going to choose Arca Non-V. Because she's an undercover spy who can break her own cover to shoot at you, and she messes with Luke a little bit.
You're just trying to bait this out.
Yeah, you're not even selling it that hard. You're just like, she does something to Luke, and yeah, that's why she's the second best.
No. Well, the thing is, actually, I think that because this is the second time that Batmouse has brought up this character, it obviously is a character that he really likes.
Yeah,
I love Mara Jade. I love the character of Mara Jade. I don't like the light side version as much as I like Arca Non-V, but I look at the Batmall decks. Look at I literally found a site that can download her. I find a way to try and incorporate undercover spies, and Arca is like the best undercover spy for me, other than U3PO because of Switch Off. But U3PO is a droid and can't be on this list.
Well, I'm gonna let I think I'm on the record about this card already. So Chris, I'm gonna let you comment first.
A ridiculous pick. Deserves nowhere near the top 15. Yeah, I feel like you're just trying to bait us so you can make a semi-reasonable pick that we don't sense.
Okay.
She's
and also I'm going to say, Chris, I'm just going to interrupt. This is how strongly I feel about this. I trust you and I don't trust Batmouse. So I am going to use my sense on this so that you still can sense him if he does something crazy. And you'll have you'll be free for the number one, because I know that you're going to pick a good number one, because Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight is already on the list, so you can't pick that at number one, and
but
that's
God,
your only.
He's so good.
And LSJK is your only. It's like that. That's your only hot take would be if you tried to put LSJK at number one, but he's already back on the list, so we're good. We're good there. So I'm gonna use mine, but okay, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
That was basically it. There's no way Arca is better than half of the people that are missing on this list already.
Right.
Okay.
It's sensed.
Cool. Good deal. Yeah, just wanted to get in there before you used your sense so that we could know. So you had that. So you still have that option when he makes his other choice. Now he's gonna pick friggin'. I'm not going to say. I'm not even going to say because I don't pick it.
No. Say it. I dare you.
Not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Okay. So my pick there, General Leia made the list. There's better Leias. My favorite Leia is Leia Rebel Princess. Leia Rebel Princess can blank aliens that directly against you, and she can stand away and let me block a drain and another drain. Or like I use her in QMC. Oh, I need that card back on top to draw for Destiny. I'm going to cancel my own drain, and now I'm drawing a 6 for Destiny or a 5 for Destiny. Leia Rebel Princess, folks. Destiny 3, ploy 4, forfeit 7. Let's go.
It's all down to Chris. He can allow it or sense it.
Oh, so yeah, Leia Rebel Princess made my list. So out of fear of him picking something that's not even close to my list, I'll let that go through.
Yes.
Oh.
But at least Leia's on my list.
Let's go. That is the
Oh.
Leia.
I guess at least it's not a
Leia
list
was on
of.
the list.
This isn't 8 Lukes. That's what we were afraid of, right?
Yeah.
Kendall,
Two Leias.
how do you feel? You trusted Chris to use his sense.
He failed
How
you.
are you feeling right now?
He failed. He failed.
I
you,
mean,
sir.
she's literally my least favorite card in the entire game. Like I would rather him pick 3,720 to 1.
Would you have rathered Master Luke?
Honestly, that's hard. I think Master Luke. There's more of a justification for Master Luke than there is Leia Rebel Princess. I really hate Master Luke, but well, Master Luke V specifically because
Master Luke V.
non V I think is actually a really good design. And I would have been happy to have it on the list. It's just like if we were just ranking Luke's, certainly non V would make my list, but yeah. Oh man. I mean, those are the two cards that I hate the most. Master Luke is more egregious because it wasn't made 20 years ago. Like people should know better. But Leia Rebel Princess is just like the poster child for Reflections 3 cards that do too much. Like, because I always forget. Like she hits the table and you're like, oh crap, she blanks my aliens. What am I gonna do? I gotta move. I'll move my guys over to this other site and force drain you there. Oh, but then she gets to cancel the force drain too, and she's not. I don't like her. At least I mean the image is pretty good, because it's like it is the. I feel like it is the slave Leia costume, but it's not like as sexualized as
Yes.
the Princess Leia Organa image. So I'll give it that. But
I was gonna say, you say poster child. For a lot of this, she was a poster already. So poster child at number 2 on this list. Let's go.
Without getting into the image things, as far as the game text, that Leia certainly should be on that list. This list, I wouldn't put it at number 2, but yeah.
All right. There are no senses and alters except for Chris, so he's got free reign to pick any number 1 card he would like.
Well, I think it's a little silly that Vader's Enforcer and Padme are not on this list, but that doesn't change the fact that Rey absolutely has to be not only on this list, but number 1. So I'm going with Rey.
Although there won't be any responses, would anyone just like to comment?
Yeah, I mean, Rey is great. I had Rey at number 3, but I'm very happy to see it at number 1. It's one of those cards that like it's just the design is just great. Like again, sort of like Anakin, like she's like a slightly lower impact card. Like she's not just like big numbers, but she does a whole bunch of different things. Ability still only ability 4. Like I like the design. I like the design of the card a lot. Fits in a lot of different stuff. And obviously needs to be represented on a list of Skywalkers by any definition, because she, and she is a Skywalker.
By any definition.
And I mean, she's I don't think Padme or Emperor's Enforcer needed to be anywhere within 100 miles of this list, but I mean, because they're good, solid cards, but they don't excite me the way that a lot of the characters on this list do. Even Leia Rebel Princess makes me feel something. Like Emperor's Enforcer is just like, oh, which Vader is that? Oh, that's the one that can't be hit with the thing. Okay, that's immune to the cards. It's like Emperor's Enforcer and Lord Vader are both. It's like I look at them, I'm like, which Vader is that? Is it the one that this card works or the one that this card works? Like, is it the one that I can hit or the one that if I hit him, I can't use the card? Like, yeah, I don't know. And to an extent, Vader V is the same way. Like, I mean, they're good. Like, they're good cards, but they just don't excite me the way that Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, or Premier Vader did.
You know how I feel about Rey. I tried to put her on the list earlier, and somebody denied me.
At least it ended up on the list at all. At least it ended up at number one.
It did wind up on the list. Yeah, it was Rey's a great character, well designed. I love everything she does, and she's not a powerhouse that you can't kill. To deal with her from the other side as well. So I'm perfectly happy to see her on the list. Like I said, I wanted her on the list earlier, but I wanted her to be one of my picks so that I got credit for it. And so, yeah, it deserves to be on the list. Even if I had a sense, I would not be breaking it out right now.
All right. Well, here's the final top 8 Skywalker by any definition cards. Number 8 is Mara Jade with lightsaber. Number 7 is General Leia Organa. Number 6 is Commander Luke Skywalker V. Number 5 is Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Number 4 is Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight. Number 3 is Anakin Skywalker, Padawan Learner. Number 2 is Leia, Rebel Princess. And number 1 is Rey. I believe it's customary to go around and just offer up any picks that didn't get picked, honorable mentions, or just anything you wanted to say that you didn't get to say.
Let's start with Chris. I'm still recovering.
Yeah. I actually think it's a pretty good list. The only thing I would quibble with is obviously Leia is a little too high, and Commander Luke did not even make my top 11. One card which didn't get as much talk about was Leia Organa from set 2. Such a great card. I think that if Emperor's Enforcer, which should have been on this list, was not around, that card gets so much more play. It's such a great version of Leia that represents her well. So I would list that as an honorable mention. And the fact that Padme's on this list, she just flat out stops Choke Vader. She's an answer to so many things, including space. So I would have had her a little bit higher. But other than that, this list is not embarrassing.
This list is not embarrassing.
That's the definition of a lot of our lists. So I'm gonna give 2 honorable mentions. I'm gonna give one to Bravo Fighter. That is one that I literally asked about right before. It's not a Skywalker because we don't know who's in there. And being able to target any unpiloted starship starfighter in space is great. But the real one, and what I would have picked if you had sensed the Leia Rebel Princess, who I wanted on the list anyway, would have been the Luke Skywalker V, the original Luke Skywalker V.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, aside from the stuff that you guys brutalized, Luke Skywalker V and OG Darth Vader definitely should have made the list. So nobody mentioned Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout V, which I feel like if we were talking, which was my number 2, although I think probably that's a little high for him. But if we're talking about just kind of strictly the best versions of these characters, the most versatile versions of the characters, I think Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout is like a really, really great design, and the take into hand to cause a redraw is a really good workaround if you don't want to make a Jedi Luke that's Destiny 6, although I kind of wouldn't mind just a virtual Jedi Luke that's Destiny 6. But anyway, and then the other one that I want to mention, so our only EPP on the list is Mara at number 8. I think I thought about the different EPPs. We have Luke with lightsaber, Rey with lightsaber, Kylo with lightsaber, and Mara. And I think Rey with lightsaber is the best one of those. Because all the Reys are good, but I think Rey. I like that she's she's just, she costs 5, she swings, and then she gets that occasional retrieval. That little extra bonus is really really fun. So that would be, I think that's it. I mean, there's a million good Leias. I don't know why we put Rebel Princess on there. I like
She's so good.
I like Daughter of Skywalker V. I like Leia with blaster rifle. I like Princess Leia V from the Cloud City Leia virtual. There's so many good Leias. I don't like. It's a shame that sometime we need to do a ranking of just Luke's, because I want to talk about about non-V Master Luke and Son of Skywalker, which are two of my personal favorite cards, even if they're completely unplayable. Or not completely unplayable. I'm sure somebody will respond to that. Oh, I got a deck that runs Son of Skywalker in my Cloud City Careful Planning Slip Sliding Away deck.
Well, I'll throw in a few comments. I do like that honorable mention of Bravo Fighter. That is quite clever. I
also like Death Star Assault Squadron. That would be another one that would be on my
Top 20.
list of I don't even know. It would have to be bottom, but I don't know, spotlighting underutilized something or other. I don't know, but it's a cool concept that maybe isn't playable or something. But I like Death Star Assault Squadron a lot.
As a kid with sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, we'll put it on our permanent pilot list.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
As a kid with very few cards, but who did get a first anthology, it was a way of having a Darth Vader and also a very high power card. So this is something. I would mention, just the fact that Decipher made a card, Mara Jade, the Emperor's Hand, part of this Mara Jade kind of cultural, I don't know if I want to call it a cultural phenomenon, but it was certainly like a fan favorite expanded universe character that Decipher helped support and even helped build by casting someone to actually portray her instead of just being words in a book. Not just players, but Star Wars fans in general got a picture. They got to see what Mara Jade might look like. I thought that was a really cool and important card that was made. And like I mentioned earlier, I actually really love the OG Darth Vader pick. He's not the best card ever, but he's been playable on and off, and he's really iconic. When I see that image, I just think Star Wars CCG. And when I think Star Wars CCG, sometimes I think of that image as kind of encompassing the whole game. Those are the cards I would like to call out. All right. Well, that about
do you have a list?
I didn't quite make a whole list. It's I just kind of picked out I like this one, that one. So yeah, I actually like Shmi. I think that it's a decent way of implementing her. Leia with gun is probably my best Leia. Kylo with lightsaber. I just like that it's an interesting EPP. But yeah, the main ones I do like to call out there are the OG Darth Vader and the Mara Jade, I think are important ones.
So how many personas did we have represented on the list?
So going back to that. Let's see here. We've got, I'll just read them out again and we'll see if there are any duplicates. So we've got a Mara Jade with lightsaber, I should say, General Leia, Commander Luke, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Okay, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight is now a duplicate, so that doesn't count. So we're still only at 4. And then we've got an Anakin, Padawan learner. Okay. Then we've got Leia, Rebel Princess, but that's a duplicate. And then Rey. So there are only 2 duplicates. That means we've got 6 personas.
Six personas represented, and one of them that's a double is a Leia. You did not expect that. Did not expect that. All right. So I think that will wrap things up. Thanks everyone for listening. Check out all the other stuff on the things. I just posted at the time of recording. I just posted my interview with 2004 world champion Brandon Sheely. So definitely check that out. And until next time, good luck, have fun, and no reverts.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
This podcast is a production of the Kendallcast Podcast Network. If you'd like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Kendallcast or make a direct donation through the PayPal link at kendallcast.ninja. Thanks for listening. Post-credit sequence.
Oh.
So we forgot to say who won. So first of all, Greg, who won?
Well, it may have been pretty clear from the trivia competition that Chris Kelly is the winner of today's episode. Not just from the trivia, but also great comments all throughout. But the trivia certainly didn't hurt with the dominating 6-point score.
All right.
And I was going to award the winner of this a virtual card, so I'd like to thank myself for giving me this design. But I would definitely love your guys' help in designing it. So if you three don't mind helping me make a player card, I have a specific idea of what I think it should do that's very thematic to this particular list. Not just this topic, but this particular list. So if you guys have some time, I'd love it if you help me design a particular card that helps a Skywalker theme.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Great,
Absolutely.
thanks. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, okay, for real this time though. Good luck until next time. Good luck. Have fun. No reverts. May the force be with you. All that stuff.